there were some really good congratulatory words to begin with. I would now like to call on stage Honorable Secretary Shri Nainesh Shah, MCHI, to say a few words.
Good evening, friends. I'll quickly take over to, under the leadership of our President, Honorable Vimal Shah, what all Secretariat at MCHI has done. Largely, sum up of 2 years in terms of the various representations, various efforts, team, entire team under the leadership of Vimal has done. So I'll quickly get onto it. Friends, all immediate past presidents have spoken from heart, and they were nothing short of praising our president. The fact remains, it's been an extremely turbulent times over the last 6 months with the new DP-DCR coming in. So that was the time when actually our President Vimal Shah upped the ante, and he worked day and night. He worked for last 6 months, where out of 180 days, probably 150 days have been given to exclusively to MCHI. And I'll go through what all changes have happened during that period. These are some of the accomplishments, but I'll probably go through and give it a line by line feedback as well. MCHI's preliminary role is to have a dialogue between the government so that whatever happens, implementation on the ground and the feedback of the industry can be conveyed in a structured manner. So we've been able to, may not say the right thing, but yes, we've been able to meet 2 governments and chief ministers of 2 governments during our tenure. We made numerous representations to center on civil aviation, on environment, on urban development, on state and revenue minister level, agriculture level, and various IS officers on a very regular basis. This is something where I want to pause for 2 minutes and actually let you know, because a lot of people, I'm sure when the new DP-DCR was done, there was huge anxiety. I think calls of everybody were on all the time. Instead of talking to the press, going and meeting the ministers or the bureaucrats, what we did is we formed a task force immediately under the leadership of President Vimal Shah, Mr. Dominic Rommel, Mayur Shah, Nayan Shah, and a group of 20 architects. We worked day and night. We decoded the entire DP-DCR. We realized that while it's a great document, it's a great vision, it's a great money spinner, what are the things which will not make it happen on ground in reality for us to live in this city for long times to come. Also, the public at large got together. As a result, we have a revision on the DP-DCR. Friends, it is not an exaggeration that 60 days, out of those 60 days, 50 days, 12 hours a day, the entire secretariat has worked under their leadership, clause by clause, entire DCR, entire DP was decoded. Various architects, friends of ours who are here, Mr. Mohta, Manoj Daisaria, everybody has worked like never before together. PIETA, MCHI has worked brilliantly well together. Like with any change, there was a transition period. We worked in the month of February with the then Honorable Commissioner, Mr. Kunte, totally bringing a group of 32 managing committee members for 4 hours, went to the corporation and said, sir, you got to listen to us, otherwise we're not going. Otherwise, in that 48 hours, it would have been absolutely 100% stoppage of work at Mumbai. Every single developer work would have been stopped. We were able to talk to them that this is just not in the interest of us, but banks, customers, everybody together, and we were able to get a transit policy, a road policy, where work will go on, stringent of the 2, and things will still go on. Today we don't know how much time the new DP is going to take, but it is those efforts which are ensuring that work is going on today. As I said, never before we worked extremely close with PIETA. Dharmesh Bhai was instrumental in starting a dialogue. We worked together. Friends, then came, as you are aware, that Maharashtra is the first state to get a regulator in place. Though it was done in February 2014, we realized that this is something for the interest of all stakeholders. We worked again very closely. We worked on the rules which will ensure that the purpose or the objective of the regulator comes in, because it is interest of even the customers, banks, everybody involved. So that was something again which took the entire month of April. Friends, what messages we at MCHI has got is that ease of doing business circular which came in February, or rather 25th March 2015 to stand corrected, is a vision document, is a document which has never been in the history of BMC. It talks about actually how ease of doing business can reduce the number of permissions, self-certification, various concepts which Honorable Prime Minister has been talking about, Honorable Union Minister has been talking about, has been there. Friends, we acknowledge and welcome Mr. Nitin Karir. Sir, ease of doing business is a path-breaking document, it's a path-breaking process, it's a path-breaking approach, it's a revolution which has happened, and it needs to happen in all the corporations. We at MCHI are going to use our resources, our member strength to ensure that all the 5 units, Thane, Kalyan, Mira Road, Bandar, everywhere ease of doing business is carried forward. But that document is actually a game changer where it can smoothen up, reduce the number of processes, and the work on it is going on constantly. Today, there is again a team of 22 architects under the leadership of Mr. Vimal Shah, assisted with Mr. Dominic, Mayurisha and Nayan Shah, where how do you standardize all the formats? How do you simplify life for all the engineers, everybody, all stakeholders? As I said about the transitional policy, friends, we welcome our Honorable Minister, Shri Prakash Bhai Mehta. I'll take a liberty and say, Apna Sahib Aiva che. Bada, please welcome karo. As I was just mentioning that Maharashtra is the first state to get a regulator in the whole country. Probably we'll be seeing its implementation also very, very soon in the interest of all stakeholders. E-registration again is one of the path-breaking exercise where we work shoulder to shoulder. The first 2 sites in Mumbai was with Marathon and Ajmera, where e-registration, where customer could actually register even sitting at his place 12 in the night, all the project related registrations. Friends, we know Doppler radar, where almost all works had been stopped. We were able to convince the PMO, we were able to convince that the existing buildings around it are higher. There was a condition where almost more than 20-story towers, 80 stories had come to a standstill. MCHI was an intervener, worked very hard on that. Non-agriculture permission, as we know that the intent is to have an automatic NA. However, some work on the ground needs to be done, but otherwise for class 1 properties, it's automatic. However, some licensing with the working together with the collector office is required. There was a circular, friends, under Ministry of Environment and Forest, where the height of the building and the TDR and everything was linked with the road width. We, MCHI, filed a writ petition, tried to tell that though it's a town planning rule, but for a city like Mumbai, it might be very detrimental, and we were able to set aside that circular through the intervention of Bombay High Court. Friends, as we know, the new leadership has come at the state. Honorable Devendra Fadnavis Sahib has taken over as the Chief Minister. His vision was to roll out a housing policy, a new housing policy of 2015, along with Shri Prakash Mehta ji, where it would just not be a document, but it would be an approach, a vision document where it flows, all the efforts that the government want to do for a long-term basis flows out of that document. And we haven't experienced in our 30 years at MCHI that the state leadership, along with the housing minister, along with all the IS officers concerned with real estate industry, we camped there for 48 hours, worked day and night. There were 5 parallel sessions. There was MOEF, there was UD, there was SRA. So never ever in 30 years have MCHI seen where the state leadership has taken so much keen interest. There was brainstorming sessions and the summation where Honorable CM sat through 5 hours with Honorable Prakash Mehta ji and decided what is the conclusion. And very happy to say that in a very short time, probably Mehta Sahib would cover in his speech, it's a document which is almost, the fine-tuning and the consultation with public at large is happening, but there was all stakeholders, the NGOs, architects, developers, all had camped at Nagpur. So that's something which MCHI was very proud to be associated with and work as a team. Recently, as we all know, that after 6 months of consultative process, the new IT-ITS policy has been released, approved by the cabinet. It talks about an investment of 1 lakh crore. That can be a game changer. What we have seen, looking at it from a inward perspective, is that Maharashtra will no longer be a stepmother treatment from, say, a Bangalore or a Hyderabad. This policy has the ability to take Maharashtra to the topmost level for IT-ITS with the human resource that we have, with the India Inc. support that we have, and the leadership of our Honorable CM and Shri Prakash Mehta ji, that it's going to be a very reality very soon. The policy has been envisaged and been documented with absolutely ambition and lot of job opportunities. These are the various legal matters that MCHI continues to, wherever after the consultative process there is a way where it's an interpretation of law, we still go to the court. Seminar and conferences have been a very regular round the year calendar with MCHI. Friends, this is something in line with, we've got inspired with the Honorable Prime Minister's vision of Digital India. Very soon there's going to be a Google of real estate. MCHI is working on the alpha beta mode is on, where very soon we'll have anything to do with real estate you will find on MCHI's website. So just like a HCC online or a Supreme Court online, you go on there and say which is the latest MOEF circular, you will be able to download. It's an e-secretariat. You would not need Nainesh, Autudrani or Mr. Hussain to help you get a circular or a High Court order. Also, what are the various representations done by MCHI? Everything will be uploaded on live basis. All you will need is a member login, and you will be able to download on a real-time basis. Whether it's to do with DCR circulars, whether it's to do with High Court orders, whether it's to do with our representation, or whether it's to do with the stand that MCHI is taking on each and every issue. Whether it's the ULC, whether it's anything else, we will be able to, any member will be able to log in and see that this is what MCHI is looking at, and it will be uploaded on a daily basis. That's something which I feel is going to be a big boost from the Secretariat. Friends, I'll request Bandish to take over later about the Property Expo. He'll be able to go through more on various. Also, fun has been a part of MCHI's agenda. So we've been able to create a first cricket league. In fact, it was second year, much larger, where Sailesh Sanghvi, who was the task owner, has worked it excellently well, and probably there were 10 teams, so we all had fun as well. Various meetings, various task owners, various things have been put in, but now that the dignitaries are here, we would want more time to get from them. Sir, few other things that I would like to mention, which I said when I took over from Bowman also, that it's never going to be easy. And I continue to do that after 2 years also, it's not been easy. But I thank Vimal Shah as the president, since I will be officially handing over or officially concluding my charge as the Honorable Secretary today, that he had allowed me lot of warming up time. He was the president who was available to me 24/7. He was fastest on emails, which worked extremely well. He was there, whether it's the license issue, legal issue, human resource issue. He is one of the president where any secretary's dream would be to work under him. We were able to professionalize the Secretariat, of course with the leadership of Mr. Hussain Saab, who is an ex-IS officer. We've been able to professionalize. We've got a big focus on research. We've got Sanjeev, who's been doing a research day and night, and we intend to work with all stakeholders, HDFC, ICICI, and bring up research which is top in the industry. As they say, data speaks volumes, so that's initiative which Vimal has agreed to take under him. As far as the new role is concerned, is to head the research. We've got Satish. So what we've done is we've tried to professionalize Secretariat to a maximum angle, maximum extent possible, and we're going to do that in years to come as well. We've been talking about how the market is and the toughness and the uncertainty, but friends, I still believe that there has to be balance. I had said then, I'm saying again, that MCHI is family. We've got the best of friends like Bowman from MCHI, the best of guru like Dharmesh from MCHI. So we should give time. This is our platform. We should come forward. It's been how much ever more time you give, actually you are the beneficiary. And I think in days to come, this is only gonna get bigger and bigger. As Dharmesh said earlier, this is the first time that 5:30 to 6:30 was registration and we're totally full. So I think it's getting bigger and bigger. Friends, thank you so much, and I want to once again thank my President Vimal Shah for having me as a secretary.
Thank you so much, sir. We heard so much about the President and his tenure so far. It's time to hear from him itself, but before I call him, I'd like to tell you a little more about him. Mr. Vyumesh Shah, who is popularly referred to as Vimal Shah, is president of MCHI-CREDAI. A qualified chartered accountant by profession, he co-founded Hubtown, then Akriti, in 1989. Bringing forward his significant experience in account, corporate finance and corporate law, Mr. Vyumesh Shah is managing director of Hubtown Limited. Mr. Shah has pioneered the concept of SRA housing and urban renewal schemes in Mumbai. A veteran having over 2 decades of experience in the real estate industry, Mr. Shah is considered a stalwart in the real estate sector. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for him.
Honorable Minister, Shri Prakash Bhai, Shri Nitin Karid, Gitambarji, incoming President Dharmesh, and my friends or colleagues on dais and all sitting in front. Good evening, and thanks to all of you who have come today to mark change of guard. I found this a difficult speech to start. When you come to an end of any experience, there is always a mixture of emotions. Relief that the responsibilities are coming to an end, and sadness that what you have come to enjoy will no longer be there for you. And I must confess that not only did I enjoy my entire term, but I also cherished every moment of it. It was an honor to be first among equals. As I reflect on my 2.5 years in the role, I believe we have become stronger as an organization. Our policy advocacy, in my view, is second to none. Our membership base has widened, and the level of engagement with our members and the wider community and other business group is outstanding. To run an association, there needs to be a group of skilled individuals willing to invest their skill and time. We have an amazing skill set in this association, and I have come to appreciate what potentials we have to do good work. You can ask someone to do something, and it will be done to a level that exceeds your expectation. People join MCHI because they want to do things, and they like to be involved. You learn to use that, but never to take it for granted. It has been a lot of fun to have been around the tables where these ideas were hatched. The association's managing committee members and conveners of various committees have done a fantastic job for these years. I have enjoyed their support and valued their work and wise counsels. We have had some major accomplishments this year, and comprehensive list of that will be reflected in the annual report later this year. But I want to share some highlights with you now. After Nainesh's speech, there is very little left for me. We established a system in which every managing committee member, and rather any willing member, could play a role in all the decisions or representations which association made. We achieved that any changes or decisions have to meet our collective needs, and consultations have to come first. It can be confidently be said that the vision of association is voice and vision of all of you members. We have completed a lot of structural changes within the organization. Our web and bulletin platform has been streamlined, allowing for a lot of ready access to information. We have restructured our managing committee meetings and also core committee meetings, which allow for more broad-based and detailed discussion on each of the issues which association takes up with the authorities, and also on where the association is heading and how we can improve the experience of each of our members. I hope this will allow us to be more flexible association in future, and one that is more responsive to members and of the community of real estate developers. We have commenced to set up research wing and have started to recruit people for the same. We have taken up Shri Sanjay Chaudhary with a wide experience in the field of real estate research to head the team. We intend to grow this to a level where we can set up an independent organization in line of CRISIL dedicated to only issues of real estate. MCHI-CREDAI exhibitions are the largest and the best in the real estate field. Led by Bandish and his team of young leaders, Augustine, Pratik, Tejas, Dipesh, Rajiv, Dhaval, Shyamal, Kilain, Digant, Nikunj, and last but not least, Binita. It has successfully established a very high benchmark by its quality and wide base. It has not only benefited the association and its members, but has benefited the property buyers by offering all the products available under one roof at one go. Vice President Bowman has successfully established Youth Wing and has energized the next generation of ours. Bowman, you have done great service to this association by bringing in fold next gen and making them take them active part in all our activities. Your association has contributed immensely and with high intellectual input on issues of MOFA, DCR, CRZ, Doppler radar, environmental clearance, UNC, and so on and so on. List is just too big for me to even enumerate. We have committed to revitalize our charitable trust and committed to raising funds for future sustainable support for the needs of everyone connected with our industry. This work has just begun and many initiatives have emerged like scholarship to deserving students pursuing studies connected with real estate field, and we as the trustees of MCHI Trust shall pursue the CSR of MCHI, and I am looking forward to rolling up my sleeves with rest of you to see them through. Shri Dharmesh Jain has committed a sum of rupees 1 crore this year for the CSR of MCHI. What is really exciting is that we are thinking far more ambitiously about what we can achieve. And I know that Dharmesh has some great ideas and about how we can build on this in the coming year. We now have a leader who will blow your socks and other accessories off to achieve the best of the association and its members. MPL, MCHI's own Premier League of cricket, has been a great success, not only to create bonding amongst members of the association, but also amongst the employees of the participants which actually participated in this league. I thank Shailesh Sanghvi for conducting this tournament successfully. The real value of this association are its members, their skills, attributes, personalities, and sense of humor. If any of the members is asked to complete a leadership role or any task in association, then please take it. The journey is worth it. The challenge for us as an association is to make these qualities visible and available to those who want and should take part. I believe that our core values of friends, fellowship, fun, and contribution are as relevant now as they were 25 years ago when this association was formed. The challenge is in not wrapping, not the present that lies within. Time for a few thank yous. I apologize in advance for any names I may have left out. We are blessed to have the likes of Nainesh, Super Coordinator and Master of Humor as our Secretary, Nahar as our Treasurer, Dharmesh, Mayur, Moman, Deepak and Nayan as Vice Presidents. I cannot not mention Harish Patel, Ashok Monani, Sandeep Runwal, Bandish Ajmera, Lachu Bhaktani, Mukesh Patel, Rashesh Kanakya, Jagdish Ahuja, Ujit Agarwal, Parag Munod, Jayesh Shah, Nayan Beda, Sanjay Chhabaria, Shailesh Sanghvi, Tejas Vyas, Jitendra Jain, Sandeep Rayeja, Munish Doshi, Dominic Romel, Suresh Parmar, Johar Jojarwala, Ashit Shah, Vikas Bamre, Arvind Goel for their contribution to the association. Shri Hussain is a great CEO to have. A small and a remarkable secretariat led by Hussain ji, which has worked so hard and so brilliantly during my term. No request was unanswered, and there is high standard of professional excellence in everything they do. I would also like to add the dedication of our staff, Avdut, Satish Kumar, Joseph, Beuni, M.A. Patel, and Archana, and all other staff for being exemplary. I have found these people's support invaluable, and it is empowering to know that the administration of the association is in great hands. I must recognize the participation and mentoring which was offered by Mafat Raji, Rajni Bhai, Niranjan Bhai, Praveen Bhai, and Paras Bhai, our past presidents. Without their guidance and directions, it would not have been possible for me to steer the association to this level and reach. Sirs, all the past presidents, with your permission, today I am joining your club. I have said it before, but I'd like to thank my family, Hemant, my brother, for understanding me at office, for your patience, support and love at home. There has been a lot going on in the past 2 years, and I can be most frustrating person to live with. I would like also to thank Kunjal Bhabi, Rushan, Meha, Kilen and Kushal for the support. I must acknowledge that it is my mother, father and guru whose teaching and values which has helped me to be what I am today and where I am standing today. I welcome Pratiti to our family today. Thanks again guys, I really have appreciated your support these 2 years. The strength of this association is you, the members. If you want the MCHI to continue to be relevant and to have a voice, it is up to you to make sure you actively participate and encourage others to do so as well. The choice is yours. Finally, to the members, I say thank you. Leading this association is a big honor, and thank you for giving me this opportunity to lead it. Dharmesh, all the best for the year ahead. You bring enthusiasm and a determination to build a better organization, which I think are outstanding. I am enjoying your approach already and what you are proposing. You are going to have a fantastic years, and I am looking forward to working alongside you to help make it happen. So the time has come. With great pleasure, I now hand over the presidential chains to Dharmesh Jain, President MCHI-CREDAI.
With that, MCHI now officially has a new president, ladies and gentlemen. And before I call him to speak, let me tell you a little more about him. Mr. Dharmesh Jain, a BCom and promoter and director of various companies and businesses in construction and real estate development in India. He's also associated with various educational, social and cultural organizations. He has been a member of the representative bodies of the real estate industry in India, a multifaceted personality. He is currently chairman and managing director of Nirmal Group of Companies. Trustee, Navbharat Nuttan Vidyalay, Mulund, Governing Council member, CREDAI National Executive Committee member, FICCI and member, Joint Steering Committee, Homes for All, Government of Maharashtra. Under the CSR initiative, Nirmal Lifestyle Limited bagged the highest contribution corporate award at the Standard Chartered Mumbai Marathon 2015. His love for sports has made Nirmal Lifestyle Limited tie up with United States Tennis Association for construction of US Open branded facilities and its townships. Nirmal Lifestyle Limited has reached an agreement with International Association of Athletics Federation to provide sports facilities as per the international standards. Nirmal Lifestyle is collaborated with NDTV and has joined hands to launch and spread one of the most significant campaigns, the Fit India movement. This campaign envisages to create a nationwide awareness about fitness in our lives. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Mr. Dharmesh Jain, President, MCHI-CREDAI.
Normally people shout like this for two reasons. Either they want somebody to speak or they don't want somebody to speak. I hope it was for allowing me to speak. Thank you so much, guys. Honorable Prakash Mehta Sahib, Honorable Nitin Karir ji, Honorable Zende Sahib, my dear friend and the CREDAI National President Kitambar Anand, Vimal, you were and you will always be my president. One big round of applause for Vimal once again. And all my friends on the dais. Friends, MCHI is a very special place. With all humility, I first of all, accept this great honor given to me. A lot of times, a lot is spoken because the occasions demand those kind of words. I can tell you from my heart, whatever I've learned in the field of real estate has come from Niranjan Bhai, from Mafatraj ji, from Rajni Bhai, from Praveen Bhai, from Paras Bhai. They are my gurus, and they'll always, for all my life, remain my gurus. Some of the best friends that I have are all from MCHI. People sitting here, the great thing about MCHI is that you don't work together, you actually become friends and family together. And that is the great strength of MCHI. Today, I really want to embark on a journey where all 1700 of us feel that we are family and we are part of one big family, where 2 o'clock in the night, one authority from my side I can give you, 2 o'clock in the night, any issue, please give me a call. My mobile number is 9821010286. Friends, when we are laying down the way forward for MCHI, some really exciting possibilities came along, and I'm very happy to share some of the thoughts I have for the years to come. I have one simple dream for my year ahead. When I came into real estate, Mumbai and MMR was the best place to do business in the country. Clearly, our friends from NCR, our friends from across the country, when they wanted to do any innovation in real estate, there was only one place they would come to, and that was Mumbai. Clearly, the highest volume in the country by a distance used to happen in Mumbai. Clearly, all new thought process, whether it was TDR, whether it was slum redevelopment, whether it was any different or new thought process in real estate, came out of Mumbai. प्रकाश भाई, पूरे देश में अगर हाउसिंग की क्रांति हुई है, तो वो मुंबई से शुरू हुई है. कहीं ना कहीं आज यहाँ सब हंस रहे हैं, लेकिन ये सेक्टर कहीं ना कहीं मुंबई आज पीछे चले गए हैं. Today we are 9th on the rank of volume as far as real estate is concerned. Clearly today NCR is, 5 years back NCR was 25% of MMR's volume, today it is 3 times MMR's volume. Clearly other cities constantly are innovating. In these 2 years, the dream that I have, and mind you, MCHI term is for 1 year, only if I perform I get 1 more year. So my term is 1 year, so forgive me when I say 2 years. But the dream for the next 2 years is, can we, and I'm sure all of us together, we will make MMR the best place to do business in the country once again. Friends, something very interesting happened some time back. World Bank on a regular basis comes out with ease of doing business statistics for all the countries in the world. पूरे विश्व के देशों को ease of doing business के लिए जज किया जाता है. India statistics on the world map is that we are 142nd on the ease of doing business. Honorable Prime Minister has given this country one simple dream, that in the next 2 years we have to be in the top 50, and in the next 5 years we have to be in the top 10. When we further look ahead, one has to realize that when World Bank studies various countries, a very important weightage is given to real estate and construction industry. So almost 33% weightage in the statistics is given to real estate and construction industry. And I must say that over the last 6 months, we've seen hectic activity, we've seen initiative like never before. So as far as BMC is concerned, or the state government is concerned, we are seeing serious intent to change the way real estate business is being done in Maharashtra. Again, when World Bank studied, they realized that when they studied all the cities in India, in terms of construction permissions, Mumbai was last. So they studied 17 cities, and in terms of construction permissions, Mumbai was last. As I said, the great thing is, and the great news is, that we are seeing serious action to change the situation, and I am absolutely confident that in the next 6 months to maximum 1 year, permissions will be, when we list out 10 things important to us, permissions will be not in that top 5. And that is our dream, sir.